Okay, what's going on, everybody? Let's see what we can do here in the market today. Okay, let's go over the charts and let me show you what I am seeing here. So we want to take our trend cloud opening range breakout, right? This is a modified version of the opening range breakout that we have designed using our trend cloud system and backtesting everything through ChatGPT. Boom, there you go. Line has been put on the chart. I love how Trend Cloud puts that vertical line on our chart to let us know, hey, opening range has started. This is the 15-minute candle here that we're looking at. And let's go over the readings right now. So 3-hour chart, we are in an uptrend and we drew out some supply and demand zones, okay? And CCI is above the zero line, and that's good. See how it broke above positive 100 and then just pulled back into this blue shaded area. That's a very good reading. Cycle indicator is kind of flat. That's okay. We're mainly interested in the momentum on the highest time frame, the 3-hour chart. 1-hour chart is in an uptrend. Price is above the 50 simple moving average. However, do you see how our trend cloud is red here? That 50 simple moving average is red, but yet price is above, trend cloud is above, and it's green. This is kind of a pseudo uptrend that gives us a warning, right? Whenever we see this type of an uptrend on our chart, we call it a pseudo uptrend because it's got a mix of both up and down signals here. We don't like that very much. And what that usually means is if you're in an uptrend and the 50 simple moving average on your trend cloud system is red, usually means that price wants to come back down and engage with this area here, which is right where the red line is there on your chart. However, we do have really strong momentum readings, right? CCI on the 1-hour broke above positive 200 and then pulled back, never crossed below the zero line, and it's kind of hovering around 100 now. That is very good. We're also cycling up, right, on the opening range there. If you take a look right there, we are starting to cycle up. That means we're in an impulse phase of this uptrend. 15-minute chart, the opening range is forming. Let's open this up. And what we look for on the 15-minute chart is the opening range to form, of course. And then we take the breakout at the opening range. Here is yesterday's opening range. And you can see what happened yesterday. Broke to the downside, retested, broke to the downside again. That is pretty much what you want to see as long as momentum and trend are on your side. And we did not have that yesterday. We did not have momentum and trend on our side to the downside. If anything, we had it to the upside and it ended up breaking to the downside. And that means you walk away. That means you walk away from the trade. But what did it do? Broke to the downside, pulled back, and retested Sunday, right? This dotted line down here represents Sunday's opening range, the top of it, and then kind of went back into the opening range and went sideways. And today, finally, it broke above, retested, tried to break out, retested a little deeper, then just broke above. That's a good sign that it just broke above the previous high here. And now we're retesting again. So all this month, the reason why we've been having so much trouble this month is because the NASDAQ seems to be breaking out to the upside and then having these extremely deep retracements that break through a lot of demand zones. And you don't know what demand zone this thing is going to hit. You never do, which is why we like using the opening range because it eliminates those two variables, the where and the when. Where do we get into the trade? Well, we get into the trade if it breaks to the upside as long as momentum and trend are on our side. When do we get into the trade? Well, we have to wait until 9:00 so that opening range forms. So those two variables in your day trading strategy have been eliminated. If you have those two variables open, then it's like, well, when do we get into this trade? Well, when price hits a demand zone. Oh, okay. Well, which demand zone? You'll never know which demand zone. When? You'll never know when. It may shoot down really quick. It may take its time getting down. It might break through this demand zone and go to this one. Well, Chris, which one is it? You will never know. That's what makes the opening range breakout such a great strategy. You're eliminating the where and the when. Okay. So again, when do we take the trade? Well, 9:45, right? When the opening range forms. Where do we take it? Right at the top of the opening range, right here. And your trend cloud system is going to draw those lines out for you. Okay. It's going to draw all the lines out for you on your chart. So what are some bonus components that we look at, right? You know about the cycle indicator, right? That's a bonus component. We like to see in an uptrend that the cycle indicator is pointing up. Don't quite have it there on the 3-hour chart, but it is at the very top of the cycle, and this is a bounded indicator, so strong upward moves will bounce along the top like that. We have that bonus component at the on the 1 hour, right? On the 1 hour chart. What's another bonus component? The 15-minute candle on the opening range. If that forms bullish, if that is a bullish candle that forms, that's a very powerful leading indicator that we're going to continue with the upward trend, right? Because a bullish candle when the opening range forms will kind of trail right at the top, and then boom, you'll see that break. The last bonus component is the 5-minute candle, the 5-minute candle breaking outside of the opening range. You can see yesterday what that looks like. Where are you? Right here. So we had a bearish candle form, and then look right here. See how the 5-minute candle broke below the opening range? That is another bonus component there. All right. So just save this video and go over those bonus components and make sure you are aware and practice. Go back in time, look for all the bonus components. Your cycle indicator, the 15-minute opening range candle, is it bullish or bearish? And the 5-minute candle that breaks outside of the opening range has to break out and close out, either, above or below. And see if those bonus components are in alignment with your main components, right? 3-hour CCI above the zero line, 1-hour CCI above the zero line, 1-hour price above the 50 simple moving average. Those three are the major components. So go over that. Let's go to the 15-minute candle. So far, that is a neutral candle, isn't it? That is looking like a doji there almost. Where does this thing want to go? Well, who knows? We do have this drop base rally here on the 15-minute chart. Could it hit that? Yep, it might. But we've been getting pummeled by trading outside of the strategy. I have been getting pummeled. Three strikes right now. 3 strikes against me because I traded outside of the strategy with very logical sense. Everything that I did made total sense. But because we have a bit of a choppy market, and I know Kazi was pointing out yesterday that we saw the daily was kind of sideways, the 4-hour, 3-hour kind of sideways looking. And, any kind of sideways price action throws a monkey wrench into your momentum-based strategy. So let us be aware of that. Now, I was looking at our momentum readings this morning, and I said, my goodness, this might be our big chance to make, maybe the full $1,500 on our combine. And then I saw the pseudo trend. So I was I was looking at the full contract of the NASDAQ because we had some pretty spectacular looking momentum readings. And then I saw that pseudo trend. And that is a no-go for me as far as trading the full contract. So I said, okay, well, let's go back to the micro and let's trade the micro today. And I'm seeing kind of what we saw yesterday, right? Yesterday, what we wanted to do was kind of jump the gun, get in on one of those demand zones, right? Because we had momentum and trend on our side, and it ripped right through all of our demand zones. And look at this. It just ripped to the bottom in like a split second and retested Sunday's opening range, which is why Sunday is so important to mark out the opening range here in New York. That's 6 p.m. So that you'll never know. You'll never be able to predict that type of price action, right? So a question pop up. Hey, Kazi hit his oh. Kazi hit his max loss limit. Okay, so he's got to wait until next month. Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay. Now, did you hit that max loss with kind of trading outside the strategy, the opening range where you saw some stuff? Maybe there was some gold trades, maybe there was some other stuff. You got to think about that. And it's like it's okay to hit the max loss. This is what makes you a better trader. What did I do? I'm noticing what I'm doing. I'm trading outside the strategy, and
Yeah, I think I was trading outside the strategy, but I
okay,
didn't take any gold trades. But I didn't lose
okay,
any of the house money. I'm still at 52,000 something. But you know
right,
how the loss limit increases as you go up, so that's what
right.
happened.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. So that's interesting. So even though you even so yes, so as it goes up, so this is one of the top step rules. As it goes up, your loss limit kind of is always 2,000, but it's 2,000 from your current account balance, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha. So yeah, so you
So
can't go below that. I gotcha. Okay, so that's good. I have to keep that in my head. So
that's okay. I mean, I've done it before, but I can either pay the $19 again or to reset this month or I'll wait until next month. Which I think I'm gonna
gotcha.
wait until next month because I'm just gonna use my practice account and then
Sure.
just practice on that and then start again, next month.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you go past the max loss limit, then to reset it is only okay, that's good. They don't
I
hit
mean,
you with the full 50. Oh,
I'm
for
not
you.
sure.
Oh, gotcha. Because you're in an express account.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. Okay. Good. That is good to know. Okay, what's this going on here? Nine, kind of a bullish candle. So far, looking like a bullish candle so far. I kind of drew out that's a pretty wide supply zone. That's the supply zone right here, kind of market edge. Not going to put a lot of weight on that. In that's a rally base drop. Just taking the body of those candles there because that's where it stopped. And let's see, cycling up. CCI looks good on the 1 hour. Looks like it came down. Looks like we came down. Did we hit the 50? No, we didn't hit the 50, but it did come down close to it in that area. It likes to come down and hit that. It's still this weird pseudo uptrend. That's the only thing I don't like. 1 minute left. Good gravy. There it is. Oh, Lord. There it is. All right. Go back. We're going to buy five. And what are we going to do here now? Now we've got to start to scale. There's a full 500 right there. Where is ADR? Alrighty, DR all the way up here. 5, 3, 23, and we can start to scale out of this. That's what we're looking at. So it's a little over. Where's 500? That's what I have it on here. Right about there. I think we have a good chance here at this. Let's go to the 5 minute. We have to take the actual breakout on this 5 minute. We want to see that 5 minute candle break above, close above. We've got the readings. We've got some nice momentum readings, and we need to break through all of this. So why don't we take off 20, rather close. 23, 156. Let's go. Nice bullish candle on the 1 hour forming. Very nice bullish candle. We need this to turn into a full bullish candle, right? A full upward candle there. I really want to maximize as much profit as we can today. And that is a 12. If we have the momentum and trend on our side, we really need to use that. Nice. Okay, 5 minute candle, very nice breakout. And very nice breakout and close above the opening range there on that 5 minute candle. Very nice. 23,157, 25 ADR right there. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Very nice. This is a very strong breakout to the upside here, guys. Very strong breakout to the upside. And I really want to maximize all 5 of those contracts as much as we can. Let's open up the 15. Very nice bullish candle there. The 15-minute opening range. We've got to break through that structure. Jump onto Fibonacci extension. Actually from here, right? Well, no, it'd be from here. That was a very deep retracement. Swing low, swing high, back down. Okay, it would have to rip through all of that. So these are some good targets here. What do we got? 23. We're almost there. Let's sell two. 23, 180, 150, right? So we're right at 23, 180. Very nice. 618, 23, 211, 23, 211. 23 to 11. Go to the 5. Let's see what we're working with. Come on. There we go. Nice breakout. We've got to get past that little area. A lot of people see that. A lot of people are looking at, at this right here. Very strong breakout. Look how it gave us that 5 minute trend cloud signal right there. And remember, we have to allow for some sort of shallow retest. We don't want it to do that. We're not going to like seeing that, but we have to nonetheless. So it is what it is. Now, if I just waited, for the strategy, right? It's all about waiting for that setup, right? It's all about waiting for that setup. Very nice, very nice. Let's get past it. Let's get past that previous high. This is a strategy, and we need to stick to the strategy. I'm not going to take trades outside unless there are some spectacular momentum and trend readings. Then I will jump the gun a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to take the trade right at the breakout, allow for a retest. And as we know and seen, that the strongest moves never retest, or they retest very shallow. Okay, 5 minute candles are looking beautiful. We have to allow this thing to go as far as it's going to go, just like it did yesterday in the opposite direction. Now that we have momentum and trend on our side, why on earth would we not allow it to its thing, for the rest of the day and see if we can reach that ADR checkpoint? If you think about yesterday, it's like, oh, bearish candle formed the opening range. 5 minute candle broke out to the downside, but momentum and trend were up. And yet, what did it do? It kind of continued the whole day to the downside, and rapidly retested that demand zone. So perhaps today is the long upward move, and then we get some kind of, deep pullback. But this is the upward move today I think we've been waiting for. As we've been seeing, the NASDAQ has been moving up and then sort of returning, pretty deep to its origin of like it ran all the way to Sunday's, opening range. So we really want to get the most out of this movement today. We have to allow it to do what it's going to do. We can't control what it's going to do. We can only manage the risk. We can't control what it's going to do, but we can manage targets. We can manage the risk. As of right now, we have to allow for some sort of shallow retest. Okay, come on. Now we've got to, oh my God, we've got to see that breakout, and we've got 10 minutes left. This was a good video. We don't want these videos to get too long, so we've got about 10 minutes left on this video here, guys. This was a very nice example, a good review of the strategy itself and how we approach it. We went over pseudo trend. We went over the bonus components in this video. We went over the major components. So this was a really good video. We did a little top step review of, what you need to do if you have to recalculate the account or whatever you call it. We're doing well, right? We're doing well. Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Coming up on that, 1.272. We've got a target, lock in some profits, right? Beautiful. Look at that. Got another one at the golden ratio, 23 to 11, right? 20. Those are Fibonacci extensions. And by taking these targets, what we're going to do is reduce the risk, but we don't have to move it, right? We can allow for some kind of retest. Let's just recalculate this chart here so we get a better idea. There we go. That's better. What we're looking at here, the strength of that move. Beautiful, beautiful move today. Beautiful move, right? We have to stick with these strategies just like this. I can't believe, man, we would be killing it right now if we were in the full contract. But it was that pseudo trend kind of messed me up. But you see how price came down to that pseudo trend, 50 simple, right? It did come down. We want to see that turn back up, but it did come down, kind of almost hit that area. I'm kind of glad that it didn't. Now we're seeing strength, right? Now we're seeing strength. We want to see that 50 simple moving average on the 1 hour chart start to turn green. It's going to start to flash green. And that's when we know we'll really be moving on up here. Forming a nice rally-based rally on the 5-minute chart. 40 seconds left. We want to close out nice and strong on that leg out. Nice bullish candle on that leg out. We just want to capture some profits. We want to capture some profits before we start moving this, but we want to allow for some kind of, if it's going to happen, we don't want to retest, but if there is going to be a retest, there we go. Very nice bullish candle. Let's see if we can hit that first target, that 1.272 there, and really bring this thing home all the way to ADR. 4 minutes left of this video, guys. 1.272. Very nice having the Fibonacci extension tool when there's no structure to your left. We've got this right here, right? And we're, sort of these lines here, these Fibonacci extensions are right in alignment with the bodies, the tops and bottom of these bodies of these candles here. So that makes sense.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, Kazi. Take care, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Let's hit that target. There's our 2 targets there. And we're pulling back into that rally-based rally right here. So you can see at this point, we really don't want price to break through that rally-based rally and kind of go in here, because then it could do something wonky, right? We want to hit that first before we get any kind of retracement. Those are the targets there. Looking good, guys. Looking good. 2 minutes left on the video. No problem. We know what we're doing. We know what we're looking for. Really good video today. Good video for the YouTube channel, so you guys could see this in real time and see what it's like to actually follow a strategy. Here we go. Nice. Come on. About 2 minutes left. We really want to see a nice bullish candle. Hit that target. Want to get that target on video. But we're using the free version of Zoom here, guys. Trying to keep this thing lean as possible and not spend any money on, other software programs and stuff. We're keeping it really lean, watching our budget for this daily show that we're doing. Let's get it on video. Come on. Nice bullish candle. There we go. Hit that first fib extension level. Hit that fib extension level. Let's do it. Got to be patient with it. All right. Well, if we don't, I'm going to manage this trade, guys. Looks like the video might end in less than a minute here. So everybody have a good day. I'm going to manage this trade. I'll edit everything and send it out to you guys. But we are in the green on the funded trader for Topstep. We are in the green. And we are trucking along. Got to hit that $3,000 profit target. $3,000 profit target by the end of the month. That's what we want to do. That's the goal.